Have you ever wondered what you're really communicating, even when you're not actually saying a word? Well, we're about to dive into that, pulling from the work of Joe Navarro, a guy who spent 25 years in the FBI. For him, reading people wasn't just some neat party trick, it was literally a matter of survival.
All right, let's put this into practice. Picture this. You've got two meetings scheduled with two different financial advisors. You have to pick one to handle your entire life savings. I mean, the stakes really couldn't be any higher, right?
So you meet advisor A. He keeps you waiting, his office is kind of messy, he shows up with his sleeves rolled up, and get this, he actually takes a personal call right in the middle of your conversation. Then there's advisor B. It's like a different world. The building is spotless, he's on time, and he gives you his complete, undivided attention.
Now, let's just say their financial plans are pretty much identical. Who are you giving your money to? Yeah, the choice is a no-brainer, isn't it? And it's based entirely on dozens of these unspoken signals. All those little nonverbal cues either built your trust or just completely destroyed it.
So what is this powerful force that's going on behind the scenes? Well, this is what Joe Navarro calls nonverbal intelligence, and it's really the heart of what we're going to unpack today. And look, Navarro didn't learn this stuff from a textbook. He learned it in the high-stakes world of counterintelligence, where if you misread someone, the consequences could be, well, life or death. So his insights come from some really intense real-world experience.
So, let's define it. Nonverbal intelligence is simply your ability to understand and use this hidden language. And it's not just about body language. We're talking about everything from your appearance to how your office is set up. It is a skill every single one of us has, but honestly, very few of us are using it to its full potential.
You know, our brains are literally hardwired for this. As a species, we didn't have sharp fangs or big claws, so our survival depended on our ability to quickly size up people and situations. We're always walking around with our internal radar on, just scanning for signals of safety and signals of danger.
And this whole rapid-fire judgment process, it actually has a name. It's called thin slice assessments. In just a few seconds, our subconscious mind chews through this flood of nonverbal data and gives us a gut feeling about whether we can trust someone. It's a really ancient survival tool that's still working hard in our modern world.
So how does this all work in the real world? Well, it goes way deeper than just noticing if someone's crossing their arms. There are actually several unspoken channels that we're using all the time.
It turns out we're constantly communicating non-verbally through four main channels: the way we look, the way we speak, the things we do, and maybe most surprisingly, how well we listen. Each one of these is an incredibly powerful tool for building trust and influence.
And this just perfectly illustrates the power of appearance. Think about Peter the Great. He knew that if he wanted to modernize Russia and change how his people thought, he first had to change how they saw themselves, literally. He made them change their clothes, shave their beards, and their whole mindset started to shift.
Okay, the way we speak is another one of these huge nonverbal channels. It's not just the words you're saying, but your tone, your pacing, your volume. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just say less.
Think about this for a second. At the dedication of the Gettysburg battlefield, the big keynote speaker, a really famous orator, he talked for over 2 hours. Nobody remembers a single word he said. But the speaker who came after him, Abraham Lincoln, he only spoke this many words.
That's it. With just 272 words, Lincoln gave one of the most powerful speeches in human history. His mastery of just being brief and getting to the point is the ultimate example of how the way we speak can be so much more important than the words themselves.
But what about when we're not talking? It turns out that the way we listen sends some of the most powerful nonverbal signals of all, and really getting this right can totally change your relationships. Okay, this is so fascinating. The ancient Chinese character for listening actually shows us that it's an act that involves your entire body. You listen with your ears, of course, but also with your eyes, with your heart, and by giving your undivided attention. It's so much more than just hearing sounds.
Here's a really powerful technique to show someone you're listening. It's called verbal mirroring. So if your client says they're scared, you don't say you understand their concern. No, you use their exact word back to them, scared. It's a simple little thing, but it creates this deep, subconscious feeling of being truly heard and understood.
And finally, let's talk about the nonverbals of your actions. Because really, everything you do, from how neat your desk is to how quickly you reply to an email, is sending a constant stream of messages out into the world.
Just think about your own workplace for a second.
Who's the person that's always late? Who's the one constantly on their phone during a meeting? You know exactly who they are. And those behaviors, they leave this deep, lasting impression on everyone, shaping your reputation way more than you probably realize.
And the big takeaway here is simple, but it's so important. If you think people don't notice the little things, your punctuality, how prepared you are, the quality of your work, you are absolutely mistaken. They notice everything, and they're forming an opinion about you based on it.
So, as you go about your day, just remember this. Even when you're not saying a single word, you are still communicating. Your body is always talking. The only question left is, what is it saying about you?